Hello everyone, vickieverlie here. Today we're going to do a little mid-month update bonus read. I usually don't do a mid-month tarot reading, but we're going to do it this month because I have a little extra space in between the new moon charts. So this is going to be just a few cards for each sign, a little update mid-month. This is kind of similar to what I do on Patreon, so if you like this you might want to check out the Patreon readings. Patreon I do every week, and I do 2 cards. But I also do some astrology, quite a bit more astrology. We're not going to do any astrology on this, we're just going to do some cards. So let's go ahead and get the card shuffle. Let's start with the first sign of Aries. This is going to be your mid-July 2024 Psychic Tarot update using my Rock and Roll Tarot deck, 3 cards for Aries. You've got the 4 of Cups. You know, this one was kind of popping out when I was shuffling before I started. Oh, the Lovers. Somebody's making you an offer. Oh, and the King of Cups. So definitely some romance here. I just heard Last Chance for Romance. I think that's an old song or something. But anyways, Aries, yeah, it looks like you can have somebody pursuing you or asking you out or wanting to get my guides are saying some lovey-dovey time. If you've never seen my videos, they come through with some funny old phrases a lot of the time. So yeah, some lovey-dovey time. Lovey-dovey? Everybody's going to have some lovey-dovey time. Somebody's definitely interested in you. If you're in a long-term relationship, this could still apply for sure, because it might just be like you're falling in love again, or you're rekindling your romance, you know, or something along those lines. Somebody could be asking you out on a date. Somebody could be making you some sort of offer. I mean, take the Lovers out of the spread, and this could be just about anything. This could be a creative endeavor, you know, all sorts of different things. But because the Lovers there, it does feel like some kind of, you know, romance. It's all Cups in the Lovers, so that's very much romantic. King of Cups would be a water sign person. Scorpio, a Cancer, a Pisces. Now we are in the time of Cancer until like the 21st, I believe, when we have that intense full moon. So it could be coming up like right away in this second half of the, you know, the first week of the second half of the month. The other thing is, the water sign people are emotional. They are creative. It could just be talking about, you know, somebody who has these characteristics, but maybe not necessarily the astrology to match it. Again, water sign. King of Cups is somebody who's emotionally mature, doesn't want to play head games. You know, they wear their heart on the sleeve. You know, they got the heart or cup coming out here, and he's holding out his cup too, and then the Lovers are in the middle. So it looks like a great time for romance. If this doesn't resonate with you, then go ahead and check your sun, rising, and moon sign to get more details. But next, let's go ahead and move over to the sign of Taurus. Okay, the 3 cards for Taurus for the upcoming week. Well, not the upcoming week. The second half of the month. I'm so used to doing the Patreon readings, but this is for the second half of the month for July, a little mid-month update for Taurus, sun, rising, moon. Anybody with... Oh, I almost put them back together. So used to doing that too. We got Devil, Soulmate, and the King of Cups again. Now this is a cut. We cut these cards. So you're also maybe doing some love stuff. Definitely looks like it. There's a soulmate relationship with the King of Cups. Again, also note that there's no gender in these readings. So the King, if you're not interested romantically in men, then it would be a woman or whatever. You know, whatever you'd be interested in would apply. Also, in this deck, don't forget, now if you see a word that pops out or a color that grabs you, see what that word is, because that's the way that you can get personal messages from these general readings. You know, it could be a couple different ways that this could play out here. For some of you, you might be interested in somebody who's already in a relationship, or you yourself might be already in a relationship, and there could be this other thing, this attraction or something going on. As the Devil talks about, like, being in bondage, having that being in bondage, and when in the area of love, it can talk about marriage, but not a marriage that's, you know, it's a marriage that where you feel like you're in bondage, you know, that's heavy and hard to... You know, you're feeling trapped or something like that. It could be a lot of different things. There is this light at the end of the tunnel. For some, though, you know, the soulmate card is not just your romantic partner. Soulmates are all kinds. We have all kinds of people. Some of you, maybe this is some sort of job that you're stuck in and that you hate. And maybe a soulmate who is a friend, or old coworker, or just somebody that you haven't even met in this life is going to come along and give you this avenue or give you this way out. you know, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of treachery going on here. That's why it's so bright and wonderful. That's why, I don't really almost want to go there of this, there could be this clandestine affair happening or something like that. But yeah, feeling in bondage, but there is a brighter turn around the corner. Now, I'm looking at this soulmate card, and that lion is really grabbing me on it. Now, we're going to move into Leo. I said this wasn't going to be much astrology, but it is astrology. It's interesting, too, because the devil card represents Capricorn. We're going to have that Capricorn full moon on the 21st, and then we're moving into Leo the same day or the next day or something. So it could be right around that time frame when this person shows up in your life. Okay, for more information, you could always check my other videos, or if you like this kind of reading, go ahead and check out Patreon, and I have readings available on my website, of course, as always. Next, let's move on to the sign of Gemini. So this is strictly tarot, no astrology, really. Because right away I was getting ready to launch into the astrology about how Jupiter's in your sign and everything, but we're just going to do just a tarot card reading, just a 3-card mini update for Gemini Sun sign, Gemini Rising, Gemini Moon, or anybody who has placements in the sign of Gemini, or cross watchers, or whatever the case may be. Let's get 3 cards for our Gemini friends for mid-July. It was mid-July, and it felt so right. What is that? I will see you one more time. That's, if you've never seen my videos before, I get songs all the time from my guides. What is that? In mid-July, it felt so right. I can't think of who did that song, but anyways, you've got a couple of major arcana here, which is really interesting. You've got the moon, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Now, going to that moon, there is this big event happening. I did a whole separate video on it, a psychic astrology reading, and I mentioned it in the regular monthly July readings as well, because it is a pretty big deal. It's very karmic, and it's a pretty big deal. Wheel of Fortune is all about timing. The timing is right. Things are working out for you. You're coming out of a period of conflict, perhaps, problems, conflicts, something like this. And then Wheel of Fortune talks about things are moving up. When the wheel is down, things are not going in your favor. But then when the wheel turns up, Lady Luck is shining on you. So there's an element of that. This is also very much a card about following your intuition and paying attention to your dreams. It can signify these new and full moon events and stuff, but it also definitely is, we're tuning in. This is outward expression. When you have this and this together, it's like it's not a time to be forceful and outward. It's time to go inward, listen to that inner voice, and then aligning with our soul's destiny, aligning with our highest calling. All right, Geminis, I hope you enjoyed this reading. There's more readings, free readings, of course, on my site. I have a Patreon and on my website for personal readings. Next, let's go over to the sign of Cancer. All right, Cancer, well, it's Cancer season. You spend a lot of energy in your sign. Again, I thought we weren't going to talk astrology. We're just going to do 3-card spread. What does the universe have to say? Or what is Cancer's message for our Cancer friends, for Cancer Sun, Rising, Moon, for mid-July and beyond? Queen of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and finally, the 5 of Cups. Now remember on this deck too, if you have certain words or colors or shapes stand out to you, that's, definitely pay attention, because that's how you can really get a message just for you in this general reading. So Queen of Swords is coming in, no gender, air sign person's coming in. Where she's talking ideas. The way she's waving her hand is really getting me. I don't know what is about that, but the waving of the hand. It looks like there may be some disappointment over some financial thing with the 4 of Pentacles here. Or maybe she's not going to give you the amount of money that you were hoping for, or maybe she's explaining why you can't get the full raise or the full bonus that you want. This is what this feels like. It's like she's letting you down. And that, that happens sometimes. Again, if this doesn't resonate, watch your Sun, Rising, and Moon. But the important thing in the 5 of Cups card is that there's still full cups, okay? Even though things are going wrong, even though there's been some sorrow and some things are going wrong or whatever, the full cups over here says that there's hope for tomorrow, is what my guides just came through with. There's hope for tomorrow. Don't set your sights all on one thing either. because allow for variety of things, because there's more things that meet the eye that are going on behind the scenes is what my guides are coming up with. All right, Cancer, well, if that doesn't resonate, you can always check your sun, rising, and moon. I advise that you do so. Next, we're going to move on to the sign of Leo. Well, you know, Leo, we're going to be moving sign at the second half here. You're going to be going into your sign. But we're going to stick this strictly more tarot-oriented and not too much astrology. I do an astrology tarot like this on Patreon, and you can check that out for more information. And my website, too. Let's get our Leo reading here. Leo, what's happening for Leo for the second half of July? Mid-month update for Leo, sun, rising, moon. We've got the King of Pentacles, followed by the Page of Rods. That could even be you at a younger age, or one of your children. And then the Seven of Swords. So, I feel like the King of Pentacles is a very powerful and positive influence here. Seven of Swords isn't a great card. You know, betrayal, exploited, you know, it's all these kinds of things. It's a false victory. It's not the best of cards, to be honest. And it almost seems like you kind of maybe went into some kind of a situation here, like in the Page mode, like, you know, sort of innocent, or maybe you were trusting and you didn't really know, or, you know, what was going on, and, you know, you didn't have all the information. But now it feels like you're coming back with, you know, the King of Pentacles, like the expert, the lawyer. It's almost like, you know, like there was a fight, a playground fight or something, then you go home and get your big brother. It's like, now what were you talking about now? You gotta start stuff now? What do you got to say now? Because you got this person backing you. This is what it feels like. Somebody of power is backing you. Maybe it's a lawyer even. Usually the King of Pentacles isn't a lawyer. Maybe it's a financial backer. Maybe you put money in something and it didn't go well, but now you've got a different kind of backer that thinks. This person is definitely bringing a real positive change and a real positive shift in energy. Perhaps a earth sign, a Taurus, a Capricorn, or Virgo. We are also having that big full moon. I have a whole video about it. It's like this big deal around the 20th or so, 21st. But he's often associated, they are often associated with money too. So it could be some financial backing, could be somebody who's got, what I get is they can back up what they say. You know, a lot of people talk a lot of stuff, but whoever, you know, they're saying money talks and BS walks. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, next we're going to move on to the sign of Virgo. This is going to be your little mid-month mini reading update for the second half of July 2024. This is going to be for our Virgo sun, rising, moon. Anybody who has prominent placements in Virgo. This is similar to the Patreon readings, although I do a lot more astrology in the Patreon readings. But we're going to do 3 cards for Virgo. Sun, rising, moon, mid-month of July. I'm going to do one more card, a couple more cards. Okay. We've got the 4 of Cups, Ace of Cups, and Magician. This is a beautiful spread, Virgo. Again, like I'm telling everybody, on my Rock and Roll Tarot, you always want to let those words talk to you. If any colors or words or anything stand out to you, definitely pay attention to that. Somebody's making you an offer, and it's something that you definitely want. This isn't any kind. The card depicts it where he's just like, oh, I'm not sure, meh, you know, I don't know. But no, this is a yes. This is a big yes. Or if you've been kind of looking, maybe I feel like somebody's been looking for houses or looking for a place to live, and you're just kind of like, nah, next. The right things should be turning up for you. Ace of Cups, this is the new beginning in love, new beginning in creativity, joy, all good stuff, making you very happy. And Magician, making you very empowered. It is a turning of a corner and a new beginning, it would seem, because the Ace is a new beginning, and the Magician is sort of like an ace because it's the number 1 in the major arcana, and all the aces are 1s as well. So putting your foot upon a new path, the right thing is going to come along. You know, right, you're going for it. There's no hesitation anymore. You know, whatever it is, you know you definitely want it. Okay, next let's go on to the sign of Libra. All right, Libra, sun, rising, and moon. What's coming up for the second half? Let me just get myself a little bit, change my position here. I got a new chair. Squeaky chair is gone. All right, put it out on the lawn, and the scrappers came right by and grabbed it. That's what happens when you live in the city. All right, Libra, sun, rising, moon. This is going to be your mid-month mini update. for mid-July and beyond. 3 cards for Libra, Sun, Rising, Moon. We've got 7 of Rods, followed by, not Page, but the Knight of Swords. And then last we have the Sun card. Nice. The Sun card is excellent. You know, it's just such a good card about being shining, glowing, exuding all this positive energy, being in your element. You know, I know this is supposed to be only for July, but really, because this is an air sign energy. This is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or you. I feel like, you know, this is you. It almost feels like whatever you're struggling with right now, by the time we get to, when the sun goes into your sign, when you get to your solar return, or the new moon in Libra, you know, so end of September and October, so a couple more months from now, that this is going to all be resolved. But you're definitely going after it. You're definitely diving in. You're definitely going after it. You're definitely going to be, you've got the power of it. Maybe you've been just exhausted. Maybe this could just be this ongoing thing, like you just, oh, I can't do it. I'm so exhausted. I just can't handle it anymore. And you're going to get this new burst of energy, or this new burst, or it could even be a burst of an idea of a creative problem-solving thing where you can, like, say, now I know how I can fix this thing. Or you just may feel like big recharged. You know, you've got this second wind. You know, and you're rip and roaring to go. Rip raring to go. Am I saying that right? I don't think so. All right. Next, we're going to move on to the sign of Scorpio. This is going to be the mid-month mini update for Scorpio, Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody who has prominent Scorpio in their chart. I do something similar like to this every week on Patreon, but a lot more astrology. But if you're interested, you could check that out, or head to my website for different readings that I have available. All right, let's do 3 cards for Scorpio, Sun, Rising, Moon, or anyone with prominent Scorpio placements. Got the 5 of Swords, followed by the Ace of Cups. That was in the same spot, I think, last reading, or a couple readings ago, maybe Virgos. And then the Queen of Rods. Queen of Rods, or Queen of Fire, is a fire sign person, an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. Not necessarily a female, but a fire sign energy. It's interesting because I know this wasn't supposed to be any astrology, but we are moving into Leo in the last week and a half of this month. So this could absolutely be, you know, the beginning of Leo season around the 20th or something like that. This was similar to another reading. I think it might have even been the last one. A long-standing thing where it just seemed like there was just no... I'm hearing that. There's no way out of here. When you come in, you're in for good. There are no problems here. The past you live out, you could. Wah, 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 wah. There's no way out of here. It's Pink Floyd or somebody from Pink. Maybe it's David Gilmour solo. But anyways, yeah, it would seem that. And by the way, let those words stand out to you. If any of these words are grabbing your attention, pay attention, because that's the way you can get these messages from these readings that are just for you, by watching what the cards say. But anyways, there does seem to be a way. It's the Michael Beckwith quote, where there was no way, all of a sudden a way will show. And it looks like a way is going to show around the time of Leo. Could be a fire sign person also, that's a big part of it. A Leo, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. For some, this could be the beginnings of a new relationship too, because, you know, she's very much, you know, romance or sexual, and the Ace of Cups could be the romance. But for most, I think it's the end of some kind of a big problem, like an answer. A way is shown. Out of no way, a way is shown, to quote Michael Beckwith. There's no way out of here. Keep getting that song. Okay, Scorpios, if you want to check out my Patreon or get a personal reading, head over to my website. You'll find all the info. When you come in, you're in for good. All right, Sagittarius. This is going to be for Sagittarius sun sign. Oh, how did the Aries thing get way over there? Sagittarius sun sign, rising sign, or moon. Or anybody with Sagittarius or cross-watching. The whole shebang. The whole shebang. All right, let's see what's coming up for the second half of July. Mini mid-month update reading for our Sagittarius friends. Sun, rising, moon, or anybody with prominent Sagittarius in the chart. Here we go. King of Pentacles, followed by 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords. And then finally, the 10 of Pentacles. Nice. Okay, so it looks like there's a bunch of money stuff showing up. I think you guys have been getting money cards quite a bit here lately, haven't you? I can't figure out why that might be. Well, Pluto's going to move back in your second house. That could be, well, we're not doing astrology. This is just tarot, okay? King of Pentacles. A person, no gender, whoever. Whoever has the money and the power. That's what I feel like. They're advising you. They're opening the door for you. That's what I said. That's what they want me to say. They're opening the door for you to go through, and they're showing you. They're opening the door. It reminds me of like on these. You see, you open the door, and you find the secret place with all the the gold treasure stacked up everywhere inside of the building, or the ship's hull or whatever. But in some of you might, it actually could be some kind of boat trip kind of a thing, or even, what I'm seeing is sort of pirate related, so maybe, maybe it's some kind of pirate thing you're going to do. But it really feels kind of bigger and profound like that, because the Ten of Pentacles is nothing to sneeze at. The Ten of Pentacles is large sums of money, it's property, it's prosperity, it's wealth. Look at the words, look at all the words, and if any of them grab you, that's always a way that you can get those messages. But the King of Pentacles seems to be it's almost like they've given you the push off the shore. It's like, okay, you're on your way. Like the King of Pentacles is giving you the push off the shore, and off you go. Coming out of the turbulent water into the smoothing sailing, heading towards the Ten of Pentacles, the wealth, the big money. Working with some big money people is really what I'm getting. This could also just be their astrology sign, which could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or Capricorn. We're also going to have that big full moon in Capricorn, too, around the 20th. Could be something around that. All right, next let's move on to the sign of Capricorn. Speaking of Capricorns, on Cap, you're going to have your big moon. You can watch the other video for more details. I did a whole rundown on the July video, and then I also did a whole video just on that Capricorn full moon, because it's very, very powerful. So let's get a few cards for our mini mid-month July update. Bonus read for Capricorn, Sun, Rising, Moon, or anybody who has prominent placements in the sign of Capricorn. Well, this one wants to come. That'll be our first one, the Fool. A fool for the city. Fool for the city. It's Foghat. That's all I can remember. I don't know any of the lyrics. Going to a city. Got you on my mind. 'Cause you sure are pretty. I see you all the time. I can't think of the rest of it. So maybe you are somebody's going to take a trip to the city if you live in the outskirts or you don't live in the city. Maybe you're going to do that. The Fool, though, is not a fool. They are just very much open to new beginnings. It's number 0, so it's taking this new path, trying this new thing, and being open and not bringing a bunch of crap along with you. Look, he doesn't have a baggage. He's not bringing all his baggage along. He's bringing just this little bit, just what he really needs, and he's just open and trusting in the universe. There's this air sign energy that definitely seems to be part of it. Like they're going to go together. He's trying to catch up with them, like we're going to do this together. Air sign energy is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Could be a person who has that sign. Doesn't necessarily have to be a male. It could be anybody. But also a sign of movement and things moving. And this is also a sign of movement. The Six of Swords. It's moving out of the turbulent water and into the smoother sailing. Going on. Some of you, this really feels like somebody's trying to get you back. The way he's running after him, it's almost like wait. Or maybe it's just like wait, you forgot your credit card or something. Or you dropped something. Could be like that, but it seems like it's a little bit bigger and heavier than that, for whoever it might be. I don't get really, that was my neck cracking. I don't know if you guys heard that. I don't get a real negative, about them, like they're a stalker kind of, running after you. It doesn't feel that way. It could be for some. This feels more just like, hey, really positive, like we're running off, maybe we're running off together or something, or some of you might be running away, getting married even, or something crazy like that. All right, Capricorn, next let's move on to the sign of Aquarius. We're going to do 3 cards for the sign of Aquarius for our mid-month July mini update bonus reading. That's a mouthful, huh? Say that 12 times. Mid-month mini update bonus reading. Mid-month mini update, July 2024, and this is going to be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or anybody who has prominent Aquarius. This is very similar to the Patreon readings that I do, although I add a lot more astrology in those. And those are available weekly. You can take a look if you're interested. Here we go, 4 rods. Next we have 7 of rods. And finally, we have 8 of rods. So look at all the rods energy, fire energy. Now we're going to be moving into the fire sign of Leo towards the 21st, around that time frame. And that is your opposite, your partnership sign. Both of these cards can be cards of love. You know, this could be the marriage card of living together, and this could be the arrows of love are hitting their mark. But there seems to be a big struggle in between. For some, the more the stronger message that I really get out of it is that maybe it's, you know, a wedding. We're trying to get a wedding together. We're trying to get a move together. We're trying to get something together that's going to make us real happy in the end. But in the meantime, it's just a lot of struggle and, you know, headaches. And, you know, if you're moving, there's a million things to do, and you got to pack up, and there's just a million. You're under the gun here. You're under the pressure, but it's almost like it's blocked up energy, and then all of a sudden, like the drain clears, you know, or something. It's like you have a blocked drain, and all of a sudden it clears, and everything just starts really flowing. And you do end up in this happy place. Some of you may be going to a wedding, planning a wedding. Some of you are just moving. But whatever the case, a lot of activity, a lot of fire energy, especially as we move into the sign of Leo towards this end of this month here, which is what the reading is for. Okay, next and last but not least is our Pisces friends. This is for Pisces Sun, Rising, Moon. This is a mini mid-month update bonus read. I don't do this all the time. Every now and then I'll throw one of these out here. It's very similar to what I do on Patreon, which I do every week. It gets posted Wednesday or Thursday for the following week with astrology for each sign and a couple of tarot cards. But this is just going to be a few tarot cards for the second half of July for Pisces Sun, Rising Moon. That one doesn't want to go in. Or anybody who has prominent placements in the sign of Pisces. What do we got here? 3 cards for our Pisces friends. We've got the Temperance, beautiful energy, angelic presence. 4 rods, that was just in the last read. And then finally the 5 of rods. Similar to the last reading where we have this 4 of rods, this beautiful thing that's unfolding. The new home, the marriage, the new relationship we're moving in together. You know, whatever it is, there's a lot of celebration and love. And it's being overseen by the Temperance card, by your angelic presence that's helping to put it all together. Putting together those right combinations to make it all go through. But there does seem to be, you know, there's some fighting and conflict going on. Honestly, you know, this is, even if you take this out, this is stronger than that. But when you bring in the fact that we've got the angelic presence of the Temperance here, this is way stronger than any kind of, this is petty. This is petty nonsense. This is our ego mind. Or it could even be like stress or something like that. Some of you, I think, you could be moving, like I said in the last one, so maybe it's just a lot of stress of packing up. I feel somebody out there, you're going to be doing this is like contractors. Like you're going to be doing some kind of big remodel or or addition to your home, or somebody's building a garage or putting a pool in or something. There's all these different kinds of things that they're flashing at me. So it may be a hassle because things are in an uproar while these guys are working or whatever's going on, but then you're going to end up in this real happy place here. The blue is really getting me. The blue on the robe and then the blue of that water really grabbed me. That's why I said pool a minute ago. So the blue is the throat chakra too. So that's like speaking, singing, communicating, those kinds of things. Could also just be, you're water sign Pisces, and that water grabbed me and it was like, go to, that's why I said somebody's putting in a pool. Maybe you need to just get around that water and really, clear all this clutter out of your energy field and out of your aura. Alright, so that's our little mid-month update. I have other readings on my channel that you could check out that are longer for each sign. I have astrology, and if you go to my website, you can find that I have personal readings, and I have Patreon, and I have all sorts of different things. All goes towards supporting the channel and me doing the free readings that I do for all these years now. Well over 10 years I've been at it. Thank you all for tuning in. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great second half of, I was almost saying April, but of course it's July, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.